Hey gang. Okay, only watch this video if you're ready for the truth about perfection. I'm serious. Don't keep watching if you don't want to know. All right, let's put together the truth about perfection and what you can do about it in a short, clear, concise way today, shall we? All right, and I would love to send you my book, Rebel Rising, where it has my #1 most effective healing tool that I use with all my clients so that they can heal past trauma. Drop me a line below and I will send that on over to you. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Contessa Akin. I'm the best emotional well-being coach that there is. I've coached close to 1,000 women over the last 15 years to heal their trauma, calm their nervous system, and empower them to take back what was taken from them, and that is their peace, safety, and trust. All right, in this video, let's talk about the truth about perfection. Again, if you don't want to know, now's a good time to go ahead and opt on out. All right, here are the two reasons why we enter into this state of perfectionism, if you will. All right, on one side, we don't want to disappoint somebody, and so we insulate ourselves and protect ourselves from criticism instead of disappointing other people, right? So we have two options there, and instead of disappointing people, you're choosing to protect yourself from criticism. So that's one lane. On the other lane, it's so that you can, make people like you, so that everybody likes you and you're like the life of the party and everybody seeks you out and you're never alone. Hmm? Out of those two, which one do you feel like you do? Go ahead and identify with one of them. The truth is that we're basically going to funnel this down, and the way that you deal with this is the same no matter what you're using perfection for, whether to protect yourself from criticism or to get people to like you. Doesn't matter. How you deal with it is exactly the same, and that is to be authentic. Look, here's the big truth. Here it comes. If you're not ready, go ahead and stop, but if you're ready, here it goes. If you are in a state of aiming for perfection, you are telling a bundle of lies. You lie, you lie, you lie, 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 lie. Lots of lies, lie, lie, la, 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 la. So for me, I hope that was good for you. For me, when it came to perfection, it really showed up whenever I had kids and I started being a mom. For for my whole life, I never even thought I could have kids because of my traumatic past. And I was even told by doctors I couldn't have kids. And so when I had kids, I all of a sudden had this sense of, oh, I got to get it right. And I got to connect with other moms and I got to do it their way. And there's so much judgment and criticism out there in the world as a mom that I really didn't want anything to do with being criticized as a mom. And so I really aimed for perfection and really tried to get everything right. And man, was I freaking exhausted because it's just not who I am. I mean, I'm a good mom. That is who I am. But a perfect mom, mm-mm. Mm-mm. There's still one. Look, I'm going to tell you a story. There's still one time that I am holding on to that I really need to probably put some focus effort into letting go, but I haven't yet for some reason. But anyway, look, I'm not perfect. My kids were in elementary age. I think it was third grade. We're going to a private school. My mother-in-law teaches at a, gosh, can't believe it said my mother. Blech. My mother-in-law, if you know my story, you know my biological mother left me on the side of the highway. Anyways, my mother-in-law, super sweet lady that she is, works at a private school. So before I was even pregnant, she had us on the list. She was super excited and loved every day getting to see the kids come into school. Anyways, so there the kids are, they're in third grade. We're in a private school. So this like bar for perfect mom was super high, right? And I was late to the lunch appointment. So my kids were a little hungry. They got to invite friends. Their friends were already at the lunch table, had already finished their lunch by the time that I showed up with my kids' lunch. And even today, I think about that memory and I'm like, oof, I know I disappointed them. They must be so disappointed in me. And I really just, there's like two elements there, right? I wanted my kids both to like me and their friends to like me, which by the way didn't happen in that moment. But I was also trying really, really hard, so hard to protect myself from the criticism of being a perfect mom that I was not, that I was like so swamped and overwhelmed that I really could not follow through on what I had agreed to do in the first place, which was have lunch with my kids and their friends. And so when I think about the solution, to this. It really is simple, right? And that is to be authentic. But when I think about that moment and everything that led up to that moment, I was telling lots of lies like, I can do this and I want to do this. Neither are true. Okay. I love my kids, but I didn't want to have to be in that scenario being judged. Look, the teachers freaking judged me because I didn't bring in no gluten-free, dairy-free crap. That wasn't me either. I was doing all kinds of lies to other parents and myself, most importantly to my kids. I was telling all kinds of lies about what I wanted to do and how I wanted to show up as a mom. And that just basically put me in this position of withholding who I really am. And because I couldn't just be myself, I was withholding like my fullness of love and my fullness of presence, right? And so the solution is to just be authentic and just be willing to be to sit with other people's disappointment or their criticism. Okay, if they're disappointed, it's okay. It's okay for them to feel disappointed, and it's okay for you to sit with them in their disappointment. It's much better to be authentic and then take care of people. That has so much more love and so much more fulfillment and so much more wholeness to it than the opposite, which is to be inauthentic and to withhold and to lie and then to fake basically the relationship from there on out. So when you think about the truth about perfection, number one, lies, 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 which means you are being inauthentic, which means you're withholding, which means you're also faking basically the relationship and how you show up in the relationship. So, what I'm encouraging you to do is to just be authentic, be willing to be authentic, and then take care of people because they're going to be disappointed. There's nothing you can do to be around people and never have them experience disappointment. It's impossible. There's nothing that you can do to prevent other people from having an opinion or a judgment or a criticism that they want to share with you. There's nothing that you can do to protect yourself or insulate yourself from any of that stuff. So it's best just to show up and be authentic as who you truly are with love, and then take care of people with how they respond to your authenticity. Ah, that feels so much better, doesn't it? Now go out and be authentic in the world. In fact, drop me a line below that you are hashtag committed to being authentic, and I'll send you my book, Rebel Rising, where it has my #1 most effective healing tool I use with all my clients so they can heal their trauma and banish perfection for good. All right, until next time.